Heel Rock gifts Cody the match. We'll finish this story. To me, I don't know. Everyone's talking about how great this storyline is. This reminds me of like, I don't know. It's just not good. I'm not buying it. But Heel Rock, he's a bad guy, and he gives Cody a thing. And IRL, he wiggled his way onto the board. I don't know how. I don't know all the details. It says, hey, I want a Mania match. Screw Cody. We get all crazy. They're like, hell yeah, no one's talking about Vince. Not even WrestleMania this week. They're happy. And now Rock gifts Cody. So bad guy Rock gives Cody. Will he finish the story? Will he not? It's an interesting situation. It's face Rock screws Cody. Heel Rock gifts Cody. And it just proves my point. Heels make better friends than faces. We all know that from watching years of pro wrestling. SidsLight, what do you think about Heel Rock?
I think no matter how you look at it, whether it was planned and we were worked or whatever,
Worked, brother.
At the end of the day, when you really step back and look at it, there was no reason for The Rock to be inserted into this story. It's a self-insert, and it's just pointless. He wanted a rub. I said it before, and I stand by it. He wanted the rub of saying he was part of the biggest storyline of his family's history. He wanted the rub of the bloodline.
And previously on Wrestle AM, it's one of those things where the WWE propaganda machine, if the Royal Rumble was the most successful event ever, like the propaganda says, and they made tons of money and they never made this much money ever, and then you're like, well, they need The Rock, who's not exactly doing great numbers in Hollywood these days. It doesn't make sense. It's like, it's the best we've ever done. Oh, we need, I don't know. My propaganda brain breaks.
That's the other thing is I do think from The Rock's angle, I think this whole thing for him is propaganda essentially. For lack of a better term, I can't think of a better phrase basically. But think about this: how he's responded to papers basically being like he was getting booed for blah blah blah. Is he's been like, oh well, I'm a heel character now, so the fans are supposed to boo me because I'm the bad guy. I feel like that is him long con planning to deal with the negative backlash he's got from different projects that he has created a really negative persona from, and people have started to turn on him publicly. I think this is his way of trying to make it kayfabe stuff and try and work it.
Yeah, because he's got some more serious than others. I'm not ranking this in order of seriousness.
He's pretty hated on the Furious movies, the Fast and Furious
Fast
movies.
and the Furious.
Vin Diesel hates him, apparently.
Yeah, so Fast and the Furious has a problem. DC and Black Adam has a problem, even though I was Team Black Adam. Hawaii has a huge problem. Don't look into Hawaii. It is, oh, Jesus. Just look at the other way. Hawaii has a huge problem. And then the XFL had to merge with the UFL, USFL, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, that's just survival.
That's bad either.
But I mean, some people do see it as a bad thing, though. Some, there are people that are spinning it as a bad thing. But starting a spring football league is tough. Yeah, I agree. So, and he also was, I think he was at Daytona, or he was at a big NASCAR event. He was the flag guy, and he was wearing a big UFL jacket. I was like, this guy knows how to market. This guy knows how to market.
And that's why he got on the TKO board.
Yeah.
Think about it. His whole thing is a brand. Rocks tequila, rocks this, rocks that, rocks this. Everything he does is an ad. Like how you talked about the In and Out. Like, come on. It's all an ad. Everything is an ad.
How can you eat In and Out for the first time ever 6 times on your Instagram?
I don't know. I'm just glad he hasn't done that. Like, you know how like some celebrities are like, oh my God, I tried cereal with milk for the first time today, and it was amazing. And it's like, what the fuck? Don't lie to me and tell me you never had cereal with milk as a child, not once. And you fucking rich pampered. Come on.
Just think
nobody. You never tried cereal with milk, not once.
I think different money brackets don't live in the same world as other money brackets. It's like, I tried milk with cereal. Ooh, fancy.
Right? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh, man.
But then again, I mean, lobster used to be like a poor people food.
Yeah, it started off in prison. Started in prison in
Yeah.
Maine.
Caviar is going to be a poor people food soon.
Can we
Did
can
we
be
just go
honest?
off on complete tangents? We got to get. What,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
what was the
But,
topic?
before we get back to the Rock's gift, Rock, buy him some crab. Here's my thing. In the comments, heel Rock gifts Cody the main event, and I think crab. I think crab is a million times better than lobster. And it blows my mind that other people think different. Are you team crab or team lobster? You know, I was like, oh, team Cody or team Rock. Please don't look at our former CEO. Are you team Cody
no,
or
thank
Rock?
you.
Just don't
I
look
don't
at our
want
CEO.
giant
Are you
ocean rat.
Are you team crab or team lobster?
Neither. It's team. What do you? You're basically saying, are you team water spider or team water rat? I don't want to eat a rat or a spider.
Which one's the rat?
The lobster.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'm spider.
Look at the legs. Come on. You can't tell which one was the spider.
I don't know.
Fucking Marines.
I just know crab tastes good.
I'm just saying. You look at a crab. You look at a lobster. And you're like, which one's supposed to be the rat?
All right, so Team Cody, team Cody, Team Rock, or Team Crab, Team Lobster. Out of those four, you got to choose. It's WrestleMania weekend. You can get free crab, free lobster. You can have the Rock win or have Cody win. Oh, fucking Roman Reigns is really fucking shitted on. He's like had the greatest fucking run of this decade, whatever you want to call it. And we're like, yeah, Rock and Cody. Roman's like, fuck me.
Yeah, well, I mean, because people were burnt out on him.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I wasn't burnt out on him because I only watch pay-per-views, but I got burnt out on him like as it got closer. I know it's weird. The Rock entering the picture kind of made me burn out on him quicker. I don't think the Rock kind
of burnt it out a little. The Rock hasn't helped in both instances that he's been introduced into Roman stories, but overall, I think Rock's inclusion has been good for press interaction and everything.
And it's a distraction.
Yeah. That said, I do hate the logic of he gave the match to Cody. You didn't give it to Cody.
He's such a nice guy.
Your reputation is so bad right now. If you had kept that match and Cody didn't get it, dude, fans would have turned on him so hard.
Yeah. So it's an interesting situation, and I don't know. I don't think he's helping. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I did enjoy
the Rock.
Since he started turning heel, it's been fairly entertaining.
Well, that's the one thing I have to give.
But I don't see the payoff.
The Bloodline. I got to give the Bloodline this. Unlike dun 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 dun, the Bloodline will turn heel when necessary. Which I always thought the Rock and Roman were way better than
to be fair,
the guy in between.
To be fair, I don't. From what I understand, Vince never wanted to let him go heel. He never wanted to let John Cena go heel. He didn't want Roman to go heel. Do you know that's why Roman wouldn't return for COVID and miss that period? Was he wouldn't come back because he wouldn't wanted to go heel?
Really?
Yeah. So basically, the only way he got to go heel was refusing to work.
Well, that's because Vince just wants Hulk Hogan. Let's be honest. Yeah. Vince just wants Hulk Hogan.
But my point is, I think it's unfair to fully hold it against John Cena for never going heel.
Here's my
not really his choice.
How many times John Cena and Vince McMahon probably worked together, 10, 20 years? Let's say 10 plus years.
What did John Cena know?
No. Yeah. Hey, he's a good guy. Don't worry. Big number. Make you feel good. Here's my thing. How often do you think he was going over the show and accidentally called him Hogan or Hulk? Look, come here, Hulk. You're going to beat NXT tonight. You're going to beat the Nexus, Hulk.
Think you ever called him Luger?
No. He wants to delete Luger from his mind.
He's like, come here, Lex.
The Lex Express.
He's like, oh, don't bring up that name.
Dude, if we had time, as a retired guy, if we had time, let's rewatch all of the Lex Express and see how it aged. Like, is it like WCW where it's not as bad as people made it out to be? Or is it just like, oh yeah, this is the fucking drizzling shits?
I remember Lex Luger being cool as a kid.
Yeah. He was part of the Four Horsemen. He had to
Like I don't know.
total package.
I don't know what I missed as a kid that everyone else saw that made everyone hate Lex Luger, but I never understood why everyone turned on Lex Luger. I was like, Lex Luger was cool from what I remember.
Yeah, but I think that was WCW Lex Luger. I don't know about
Is
WWE
that
Lex
what it
Luger.
is? Is that I just never really watched WWE Lex Luger, so I didn't
Well,
know?
let's go off memory. No. You're actually messed up, Koco. 17 minutes of talking to your friend about pro wrestling. This is what I remember. An old beat up, punch drunk Marine. Lex Luger came. He was supposed to be like this Mr. America guy. Because first he was looking in a mirror and he was like conceited. And then Vince wanted to make him into Mr. USA and the next Hulk Hogan. And then they put him on a bus and he went from town to town flexing and taking pictures. And then he body slammed Yokozuna on a Navy ship. And then he started wrestling and no one gave a fuck and Vince gave up. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember from 57 years ago.
I've heard the story that he had talked about something that he basically was caught talking at a bar about something he wasn't supposed to, and because of that, Vince wanted him buried. Like
we've come a long way from that and now Twitter.
Yeah,
times have changed.
Now he could have a podcast.
He could. Anyone could have a podcast. Start your podcast
Actually, I think
today.
it was that he was gonna beat Yokozuna or something. It was like a finish he wasn't supposed to talk about.
Maybe.